This content is for educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research before making investment decisions. Welcome to the parallel economy. What is trust? Really? Think about it. It's the invisible glue holding our world together. We trust the pilot to fly the plane, the doctor to heal us, and the farmer to grow our food. But when it comes to money, trust becomes something much more complex, much more fragile. What happens when we decide to replace that fragile human trust with something else entirely? What happens when code replaces it? Every economy, from the ancient marketplaces of Rome to the digital trading floors of today, runs on one fundamental principle: trust. We trust that the piece of paper in our wallet has value. We trust the bank to safeguard our life savings. We trust our governments and their central banks to maintain the stability of our currency, to keep the entire complex system in balance. It's a delicate dance, a web of promises and expectations. But here asks the critical question we often forget to ask. What if that trust is unturned? What if it's simply expected? For centuries, we've operated on a model of trust us. We know what we're doing, but as history has shown us time and time again, that trust can be misplaced. We place our faith in institutions, in people, in committees sitting in closed-door meetings, and we hope for the best. The problem with this kind of trust is that it's inherently fragile. It's human, and humans, with the best of intentions, can make mistakes. They can be influenced by politics, by short-term pressures, by the desire to kick the can down the road. When governments overspend and rack up monumental debts, who pays the price? When banks make reckless bets and fail, who bails them out? When the value of our money quietly erodes through inflation, who feels the pinch? It's always the people. You and me. Trust, it turns out, is incredibly expensive. Its price isn't just measured in dollars or euros. It's measured in lost confidence, in shattered savings, in the slow, creeping anxiety that the system isn't working for us anymore. Look at the headlines throughout history. The Great Depression in 1929. The end of the gold standard in 1971. The global financial crisis of 2008. Each event was a crack in the foundation of trust. A painful reminder that the system we rely on is not infallible. Each time, the cost of misplaced trust was paid by the public. In response to this fragility, we created central banks. These institutions were born from a promise, the promise of stability. They are the designated guardians of the monetary system, the conductors of the economic orchestra. Their power lies in control. They have the authority to create money out of thin air, to adjust interest rates, to either stimulate or cool down the economy, and to act as the lender of last resort, rescuing the system from the brink of collapse. In moments of crisis, this control can seem like a godsend. It can pull us back from the edge and restore a semblance of order. There's no denying that. But this very control also defines the system. It concentrates immense power in the hands of a few unelected individuals. Their decisions, made behind closed doors, can have profound consequences for billions of people. The stability they offer is a managed stability, a controlled stability. It's a system that relies on constant intervention, on a perpetual balancing act. And it's a system that fundamentally asks us to trust the judgment of the controllers. Then, in 2009, something radical appeared. An anonymous creator, or group of creators, unleashed Bitcoin into the world. It didn't arrive with a grand press conference or a political endorsement. It arrived with a white paper and a block of code. And it proposed something revolutionary. Bitcoin doesn't ask for your trust. It doesn't promise stability through the authority of a central committee. It doesn't rely on the wisdom of a few powerful figures. Instead, it flips the entire model on its head. It replaces the need for a trusted authority with something else: mathematical proof and radical transparency. It replaces the discretionary power of a central bank with a set of unbreakable rules. Rules that are written into the code itself and are visible for anyone in the world to see and verify. The system runs on a global network of computers, a code that never sleeps, never takes a holiday, and never changes the rules to suit a political agenda. It's a shift from trusting people to trusting math. This leads us to the core philosophy of what we call trustlessness. It's a bit of a misnomer. It doesn't mean a world without any trust at all. It means we don't need to trust a third party to validate our transactions. The trust is embedded in the protocol itself. In the world of code, there are no emotions. There's no political pressure, no personal bias, no backroom deals. There is only mathematics. A transaction is either valid according to the rules, or it's not. The network will either accept it or reject it. This purity, this cold, hard logic is what gives it its power. But this purity also comes with significant trade-offs. Code is impartial, but it's also merciless. It doesn't understand context. It doesn't care if you made a mistake, if you were scammed, or if you're facing a personal crisis. It only enforces the rules we write. There is no customer service line to call, no central authority to appeal to for mercy in this new world. The responsibility shifts from the institution back to the individual. You are your own bank. With that freedom comes a profound level of responsibility. So, we find ourselves at a fascinating crossroads in human history. We are moving from a world built on promises to a world built on proofs. The old world asks us to believe in the integrity of institutions, in the promises of leaders. The new world asks us to believe in the integrity of a cryptographic algorithm, in the mathematical proof of a transaction. The old world was built on trust. The new one is being built on truth verifiable, objective, computational truth. As we integrate these new systems into our lives, a profound shift is occurring. The more we learn to depend on immutable code, the less we find ourselves needing to depend on fallible people to act as intermediaries. It's a transition from a person-to-institution, two-person model to a peer-to-peer model mediated only by code. The implications of this are staggering, touching everything from finance and law to art and governance. Trust once defined the very essence of money. Now, code is beginning to redefine it. But we must remember that both systems, the old and the new, carry a cost. The cost of the old system is the risk of human error, corruption, and the concentration of power. The cost of the new system is its rigidity, its unforgiving nature, and the immense personal responsibility it demands. We are witnessing the emergence of a new set of rails for the global economy, running parallel to the old one. The fundamental principles of value, exchange, and security remain, but the mechanism is being reinvented. This is the parallel economy. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this exploration sparked your curiosity, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you next time.